Hi, and welcome to the Onshape for First Getting Started guide. My name is Marcus Bernstein, and I'm an applications engineering intern at PTC, as well as First Robotics Competition alum and mentor. This video is going to introduce Onshape, a cloud-based design platform perfect for your first robotics team to bring its big ideas to life. Within Onshape, I'll walk through how to get started with an education account, highlight key features in the Onshape environment, set up a sample Teams workspace, and point you to some great resources to continue to learn and grow through your first robotics experience with Onshape. We're going to get started here on onshape.com/edu. It kind of serves as the landing page for all of the Onshape education platform. So if you either don't have an Onshape account or you have a free account but you'd like to upgrade to the education, this is the best place to do it. What I'll do here is kind of put in some of my sample information. Obviously, I have an account, so this is just a sample so that we can talk through things, but you would put in whatever makes sense for you in each of these circumstances. I'll start with my name, Marcus Bernstein, and then an email. I will note here that you don't need an EDU email to be approved. Obviously, there are education circumstances where folks don't have an EDU email. Maybe you're not a college student. Maybe your school doesn't do that, and that's totally fine. So long as you're using the education platform for education, First Robotics definitely qualifies, then you should be good to go with this, regardless of the type of email you put in for this. Are you a student or an educator? I'm a mentor, so mentor would qualify as educator. And I mentor high school students, so I'll indicate grade school here. Check the box and move forward to create my EDU account. The step 2 is how do we plan to use Onshape? It's just a little more information about what we're going to do with it. I'm going to put in some of the information. Again, obviously sample for me, but put in whatever applies most directly to you. Here you can put whatever title best reflects what you're working with in Onshape. So I'll say Design Mentor. That's my title on the first robotics team that I'm working with. And cell number, I'm not going to put in my cell number, but you can put that in if you're comfortable. What do I teach? I teach robotics and design, so I'll put in robotics. And we absolutely use CAD in my class. This will be a little different if you're a student, but again, just put in the answers that best reflect you. These are not going to be make or break for most circumstances. Just kind of helps us get a better sense of what our users are using Onshape for. I'm using Onshape as a mentor in the first robotics competition. I am a volunteer at an accredited educational institution as a mentor. I agree to use it for classroom instruction, student learning projects, that sort of thing. And I absolutely agree to the Onshape terms and conditions. I'll go ahead and create an account, and at this point, they're going to send an activation email to your email account. From there, all you're going to do is go back to your email, confirm the activation, and then go into Onshape and answer some final questions, and then we should be good to go to head into the actual Onshape environment. Now that you have an account, you can head over to cad.onshape.com to sign into your new account. Use the credentials that you made before. Once I've signed in, I come straight to the Documents page. This kind of serves as the landing site for all of the documents and CAD files that you have access to. You can see a lot of my main CAD files here in my Onshape, and also sort by things that were created by me or shared with me by other users. One cool thing to do here is take a look at some public documents. You can kind of check out some of the really cool things that other Onshape users have made. These serve as great examples as you continue to get started. A couple other things that I'll highlight here is this create button, which is how you'll get started to create a document, folder, label, or even import files. That's one way that you can do it. The App Store up here is where you can put in some add-ons and that sort of thing to add even more functionality to your Onshape. There's functions for cam, rendering, and other great things like that. This Learning Center up here is just one link to a lot of really, really great resources and more videos and that sort of thing to really keep you learning and keep providing content as you continue to learn Onshape. Up here kind of serves as your settings, your account menu, and that sort of thing. We'll dive into that a little bit later with the teams. And last thing that I'll highlight as we get into it specifically for First Robotics is an Onshape team. Teams kind of serve as a really effective folder shared with an entire group of people. It's a great workflow for First Robotics teams because you can kind of keep all of your files in one place, keep them shared with everyone, kind of manage everything properly. And as students graduate and new students come in, it's a very, very easy way to bring everyone together. I have my teams right here. There are two that I'm on, one just example and the academic team at PTC. What I'm going to do now is create a new team, show how to add members to the team and all of that. If you go over here to your accounts menu, you go to my account, you see all of these different things about your account. I'll scroll down to teams right here and you can see the two teams that I have. I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. We're going to call it Sample Video Team. I recommend that you name it whatever your specific first team is, but it doesn't matter too much, and you can add a description if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and create a team, and right now this team is totally empty because I just made it, but you can add a bunch of other team members. I'm going to go ahead and invite my team members here. And as you can see when I scroll down, I have one user who does have an Onshape account. It just invited them to the team very, very easily. And another user who does not have an Onshape account. This is a perfect workflow for a new student who needs some instructions to get started. They'll get an email at that account that will give them instructions to set up their Onshape account. Again, you can add a description. Once you have a lot of team members, you can search them and that sort of thing. You can adjust your permissions. So maybe a design lead or a mentor will change from member to admin or that sort of thing. And then if you go back to the documents page with that button up there, this team now exists. Sample Video Team is the one that I just made. And now we can create documents, add folders or that sort of thing and share them with the entire team. Now that we've covered teams, I'm going to go ahead and create a new document using the button at the top left. This create window allows us to create a number of different things. We're going to do document for now. This is the main document window as soon as you kind of make something new. There are different types of tabs that exist within documents. These are the different types of things we can create. The primary one is parts. Parts is where we can build individual parts. You'll start with sketches in 2D and then use these 3D operations up here to build those into 3D parts. One of the nice things about the Onshape workflow is that you can create multiple different parts within a part studio and build some really cool dependencies to help bring all of your sub-assemblies together. But depending on your workflow, there are different ways to do all of those different things. When it comes time to put a mass of parts together into an assembly, maybe build in some movement and that sort of thing, see how everything's going to come together with custom parts as well as things off the shelf. You'll go over to an assembly which looks like this, and you'll use a system of mates that you can kind of see up here to bring all of these parts together and create the relationships that you want. You'll start to bring those parts in with the insert button up here. If you want to create more of these tabs or adjust them, you can hit this plus button down here. New part studios, assemblies, drawings for manufacturing, folders to organize, or importing parts from a COTS supplier, that sort of thing. What I'm going to show now is how to share a document with the team that you've already created. So if you go to share in here, and the normal workflow is to go with individuals, so you can just type in one of your teammates' names or an email in there. I'm going to go ahead and share it with the team instead that we just created. So I'm just shared it with this team. And what that's going to allow us to do is house this document that we've created, any tabs that we put in, any data that we store in here is now going to live as a part of that team. It's going to serve as an effective way to kind of hold everything together. You can put an entire robot, a mechanism, an off-season project, that sort of thing within a team. And then as students graduate or new students come in, maybe mentors change or whatever might happen with your team. This is kind of the best way to facilitate that collaboration, specifically within First Robotics. A blank document like this can feel very intimidating, even to the most experienced designers in the First Robotics competition. Thankfully, there are some really great resources to help you out as you want to grow and learn for the First Robotics season. The first resource I'll point to is the Onshape Learning Center, which you can find in any Onshape window using this button up here. The Onshape Learning Center contains hundreds of really incredible videos, tutorials, and certifications that will set you up very well to learn not only how to CAD in Onshape, but how to design and produce very high quality models. Again, there are some really great resources here, courses that you can take at your own. Onshape has worked closely with FIRST to put together some really other great resources to help you and your team grow as you work to design your robots. The first resource I'll show you is onshape.com/edu/FRC. This is a really great PDF on how to get started, how to get oriented, and kind of some really great tips for teams and resources to get acclimated to the Onshape environment. This will serve as a growing hub for all the great resources that exist and will continue to grow as new resources exist to support FIRST Robotics teams. The other link that I'll showcase is a PTC site, ptc.com/academic-program/student/FIRST. This site houses a lot more resources and stuff active for the FIRST Robotics competition, including some information and resources for the active game, some other PTC software that is available, and some really great support and resources that are available for teams. This is another really great place to learn, see some example models, and really get started to see how to work at a really high level in Onshape. Our team at PTC Academic would like to thank you for watching this video, and we wish you the best of luck in the FIRST Robotics competition season.